Hello, subscribers. Welcome to the Fast Profits Daily. I'm Brijesh Bhatia. Indian markets are outperforming after a first quarter. There was outperformance of US markets and European markets, and Indian markets were trending lower. The outperformance which we saw in 2022 took a pause in 2023 first quarter. But since April start, Indian markets are back into the action and they are outperforming by a big margin in probably against if I just look at the US and European markets both. Well, the bullish trend was rolled over from April to May now, and the momentum has been very stronger. If you remember a few weeks back, I've done a video saying that European markets could lead into 2023, and two stocks where you should focus from an Indian investors if European markets outperform. Two stocks which should be on your watch list or into your portfolio for an investor were TCS and Tata Motors. Well, Tata Motors have seen a huge rally at the start of the week. We saw a nearly 5% gain, followed by yesterday with a bullish momentum. Though markets were not supportive, traded in a range, and we saw slight profit booking into the at the higher levels. But still, it is trading at key psychology above the key psychological level of 500 rupees now. Well, is this rally continue? As I said, if European markets continue to lead in 2023, Tata Motors will continue because they have a huge market share or sales coming from the European markets as well. Uh, it just reminded me of the ITC, where last year, if I remember, May June 2022 or probably before that, there were WhatsApp memes of ITC. As an investor, it was trending in a huge consolidation zone. And if I just go on to the chart of ITC on your screen now, and if you look at the chart over here, the momentum over here, so I guess since 2000, July 2017, when it had hit the high of around 300 levels, it consolidated in a range and it was a huge underperformer. Consolidation of around nearly 59 months, which is nearly 5 years. Stock has done nothing. Investors were I would say, when most of the stocks were outperforming in their portfolio, ITC was one. Being a leader into the tobacco industry, being a leader into the FMCG space, this stock was underperforming by a big margin in the FMCG index. And being a weightage of over nearly 30% into the FMCG index, 25 to 30%, this index was keeping this stock was keeping index onto the slightly lower side. Well, on the flip side of the index, if I just look at apart from ITC, we saw Britannia being rallying, we saw America being rallying, HUL. If I just look at the Nestle, most of the FMCG has seen a huge rally when ITC was underperforming. But yes, most hated stock uh, after the breakout in July 2022, it was never a look back. And we saw from around 300, which was the previous high, when once it was taken out, though the rally initially started with around 240, 250, but once that 300 mark was taken out, the momentum accelerated and we are above 400 levels now. So yes, ITC has a huge momentum. And if I just look at the chart over here, we have seen the trend line breakout. So there were two resistance which I have marked on the trend line breakout. Once that trend line breakout was there onto the charts, the stock has seen a huge upside momentum. And yes, still the momentum is been continuing, and this is again the monthly chart. So look at the April month rally, look at the February month rally. It's been tremendous rally by ITC. Again, as I said, the most rated stock, it's been a psychology for the investors, for the traders. When such kind of memes or such kind of hatred comments are there on your screen when you are reading on the mobile or whatever, it generally keeps a biasness to not invest in such kind of stocks. And so when these kind of technical breakouts happen, people tend to miss because in the back of the mind, there is a biasness that yes, this will not perform again and it may again go into the consolidation. But yes, it is been leading into the FMCG index by a big margin. Well, is Tata Motors the same going the same ITC way? Let's look at the second chart, which is again the Tata Motors chart. And if you look at the Tata Motors, look at the top 605 in Feb 2015. Again, these are adjusted charts. So 605 at the current point in time. If I look at the adjusted, its high was around Feb 2015. 605 back in Feb 2016. In a year's time, stock was down by half. 265 was the low. Came back very very strongly by September 2026, 2016, September 2016 towards 600 levels again, 598 to be precise. And then it was a never Tata Motors in the history. And again, as I say, when ITC investors were in pain, as other stocks were performing, Tata Motors at one of the good stock, good an investment, fundamentally good stock. Again, there were, I'm not looking at the fundamental. There were multiple problems into the company as well, JLR buyouts, and all those stuffs. But the stock have seen a two-digit mark. I guess the pandemic low, it was somewhere around 63, 65 levels, and since then the stock has seen a V-shaped recovery, and now back toward 500 levels. Well, if you look at the chart, where we saw ITC breakout from the trend line, just when most of the people were hating the stock. Similarly, ITC, similar Tata Motors, if I just compare with the ITC July 2022, where most of the Tata Motor investor also feeling the pain that their prices may come or not, where 400, 500 investors were, which have bought the shares. Again, the prices are very, very much higher. Now onto the charts, we are witnessing a bullish pennant breakout, or the, if you look at the simple term, symmetrical triangle as well. But if I look at the previous rally as a pole, this is a monthly chart. I'm not looking from a day or two. I'm just looking from a slightly longer point of view. The bullish pennant breakout indicates that yes, there is a more stem left to the technical charts, where possible we may see the continuation of the rally as the charts have seen the bullish breakout. Well, as ITC is leading the FMCG index, can lead the auto index. With the weights of around 9% into the auto index, Tata Motors with 8.5%. If I just look at, it has the weightage of around 8-9. But if I just look at the whole structure over here onto the weekly scale, we have seen highs been auto index high from December 2017 till July 2022. Index saw a V-shaped recovery after a downtrend in 2020. We saw a V-shaped recovery, but in July 2022, we saw a breakout of 55 months. Well, why I'm emphasizing on 55 months? Because 55 is a Fibonacci number, and generally when the Fibonacci time cycle breakout happens, they don't tend to lose the momentum so early. So 55 months is a long period. If I just look at the breakout happened, and again there was a consolidation phase of around 10 months now. If I just look at the whole 55 months of rally, we saw a cup and handle structure over here, and the breakout happened. And if you look at the next chart over here, again there is a consolidation of around 10 months post that breakout. Now the index is trading at around all-time high. Three stocks are now leading to this breakout. Maruti, which holds around 25-26% weights, 8200, 82, 8300, back to 9100 levels. Bajaj Auto trading at all-time high, 38,700, 3800, back to 4500 levels. Tata Motors, again Bajaj Auto has weights of around 11%, 10.5, 11%, and then Tata Motors, which holds around weights of around 8.5%, it's leading the momentum. Again, if I just look at the consolidation phase of these 10 months, we saw a low and breakout retest has happened. We are now trending at the all-time high on the auto index. Again, look at the Tata Motors from 400 and 415 to now 500 plus levels. As I said, Maruti from 80 to 8300 with 25% weight trading at around 9100. And these three stocks are leading to this breakout. And once this breakout confirms on the momentum goes on, I believe, yes, the leader will continue to rally. Will the Tata Motor continue to outperform over here against the auto index? And should you look for an outperformer of Tata Motors, or should you look for an outperformer of Maruti? Well, I'm just focusing on Tata Motors as of now. And if I just look at the next chart, which is Tata Motors by Nifty Auto ratio chart. Again, if you look at this ratio chart over here, the momentum is very, very bullish. We have seen a huge consolidation between 50, the blue line if you look at, which is 50 weekly average, and the orange line, which is 200 weekly average. Prices have consolidated around 200, made the similar to bottoms over here, and now it's been trending higher. Now, the consolidation on a 50 and 200, there was a huge consolidation area. Once that 50 was taken out, look at the rally, gap up, the gap has been retested, the support has been taken out, and again the bullish momentum has been resuming. It indicates that the Tata Motors may continue to outperform over here again the auto index. So generally the ratio in charts indicates that when the prices or the ratio go higher, the numerator will outperform it. In this case, we have numerator as Tata Motors and denominator as auto index. So I believe yes, Tata Motors can continue to outperform into the auto index, and definitely it should be on your watch list. The momentum is very bullish onto the ratio chart over here. So any dip into the ratio chart, in case you see, that should be an accumulation into the stocks. And I believe yes, this outperform may slightly head higher, because now it is moving with the above the medium to long term average of around 50 weekly and 200 weekly, which is again a long term average. So yes, the momentum seems from medium to long term. The ratio chart indicates that it is a bullish structure onto the ratio chart, and Tata Motor may continue to outperform in the auto index. So definitely look for auto index and Tata Motors as a bullish strategy. And again, as I said, the Tata Motors monthly chart indicates a bullish pennant breakout onto the charts. Yes, so it is again a bullish structure being forming onto the charts. So keep a watch on Tata Motors. And again, if European markets continue to lead, in case you have missed that video, you can go on to our archive and watch that video. TCS and Tata Motors outperforming if European markets outperform, and European markets are up this year by a big margin against the US and India markets as well. So keep a watch on that. If in case Europe continues, Tata Motors is the lead. It can lead auto index much higher, and the monthly chart indicates the fresh breakout has been there onto the charts. Signing off, Brijesh Bhatia.